Soil. Soil is present almost everywhere around us. It is the topmost layer that covers the planet and is very important for growing plants. Soil is also home to many creatures like insects and worms. In this chapter, we will learn what soil is made of, how it forms, the different types of soil, and why soil is so important for life on Earth. Composition of soil. Soil is composed of weathered rocks, minerals, and organic matter, different living and dead plants, animals, bacteria, and fungi. Each component has its own special role in making the soil healthy and suitable for plants' growth. Key components of soil. Minerals. These are tiny pieces of rocks and sand. They give soil its texture, how it feels and looks, and ability to hold water. Organic matter. The living and dead organisms are called organic matter or humus. They mix with soil and help plants and animals to live and grow. Water. Soil has tiny spaces between its particles. These spaces fill with water and plants absorb this water through their roots. Air. Soil has air. The tiny spaces between soil particles hold air that allows the plant roots and animals living in the soil to breathe. We will find out that soil contains water and air with the activities given below. Lab corner. Aim: to show that soil contains water. Materials required: a container with a lid, soil, and a burner.
Procedure: put some soil into the container.
Cover the container with its lid. Heat the container gently on the burner. Wait for a few minutes and look at the lid of the container. Observation: after heating, you will see tiny drops of water on the inside of the lid. Conclusion: this experiment shows that soil contains water. When the soil is heated, the water turns into vapor and you can see it as droplets on the lid. Precaution: remove the lid carefully with the help of an adult. Lab corner. Aim: to show that soil contains air. Materials required: a clear glass beaker, soil and water. Procedure: fill the glass beaker about halfway with the soil. Pour water on the soil until the beaker is full. Observe the bubbles that start forming and rise to the top of the beaker. Observation: you will see tiny bubbles rising to the surface of the water. Conclusion: soil contains air. These bubbles are air that is trapped in the soil. This shows that soil has air that is trapped between its particles. Different layers of soil. You can see in the given figure the floating leaves, twigs, and dead insects at the top. The top layer of soil is humus, which is made from dead and decayed plants and animals. It is full of nutrients that help plants grow. Below this, there is a layer of soil with very fine particles tightly closed together called clay. Further down, the soil has sand particles that let water flow through easily. This layer that is below the clay layer has small grainy particles. At last, the bottom layer is known as the gravel layer, which has big soil and rock particles. Let us learn these different layers of soil with the given activity. Lab corner. Aim: to observe and identify the different layers in soil. Materials required: a clear glass jar, soil, water, and spoon. Procedure: collect soil from outside your house and place it in the glass jar. Fill 1/3 of the glass jar with soil. Slowly add water to the jar and stir it with a spoon. Leave the jar for a few hours to let the soil settle into layers. Observation: the soil will separate into layers. Gravel will settle at the bottom, clay will be in the middle, and humus will be at the top or mixed in. Conclusion: soil has different layers like gravel, sand, clay, and humus from bottom to top. Each layer has a different role to help plants grow. Formation of soil. Soil is formed over a long period of time. It happens in a few steps. Weathering of rocks. Over time, rocks break down due to the sun's heat, wind, rain, and temperature changes. These rocks gradually break into small pieces. Role of water and wind. Water and wind break these rock pieces into even smaller particles and carry them to other places. Mixing with dead plants and animals. Over time, dead plants and animals get mixed with these pieces of broken rocks, adding nutrients to the forming soil. The continuous breakdown of rocks into smaller and finer particles results in formation of soil. Soil formation takes a lot of time, sometimes hundreds or thousands of years, but it is happening all around us every day that we generally do not notice. Do you know? Soils of different colors, such as light brown, dark brown, black, red, etc., are found in different places because they are made from different rocks of different colors. Types of soil. There are three main types of soil: sandy soil, clay soil, and loamy soil. Each type has its own special features and helps different plants to grow. Let us learn more about these soils. Sandy soil. As the name suggests, sandy soil is mostly made up of sand. This type of soil is rough, very loose, and have large spaces between the particles. It drains water very quickly because of the fine grains that could not hold much water. This soil is not very fertile, but it is good for plants like cacti, watermelons, babool, and palm trees. Sandy soil is usually found in deserts, beaches, and near rivers. Clay soil. This soil has very tiny particles that are tightly packed together. It holds water well and has little space to hold air. It becomes sticky when wet. This soil is very fertile and good for plants that need a lot of moisture. Cotton and fern plants grow well in this soil. People also use clay soil to make things like pots, diyas, and toys because it can be molded into different shapes. Loamy soil. This soil is a mixture of humus, sandy, and clay soil. It is the best soil for most plants because it holds water and air well, has lots of nutrients, and drains well. This soil is ideal for gardening and farming because it provides the best conditions for plant growth. Importance of soil. Soil is important for many reasons. Some of them are given below. Supports plant growth. Soil provides water, nutrients, and air to the roots of the plants, helping them grow. Plants also use the soil to anchor themselves to the ground using their roots. Habitat for animals. Many animals like worms, ants, and insects live in soil. Some animals like rabbits, mice, and moles make their homes in the soil. Purifies water. Soil filters rainwater, removing impurities as it percolates through the ground and prevents pollutants from reaching rivers and lakes, keeping the water clean and safe. Provides minerals. Soil contains minerals like calcium, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, which plants need to grow strong and healthy. We also get materials like cement, bricks, etc. from soil that are used to make different materials for our use. These minerals are vital for plants and the food chain. Do you know? Earthworm is also known as the farmer's friend because it digs the soil and makes it rich and fertile for plant growth. Key words: soil, made up of powdered rocks, minerals, organic matter, air, and water. Minerals, small pieces of rock and sand that affect soil texture. Humus, nutrient-rich soil from decayed plants and animals. Gravel, large rock pieces in soil that allow air and water to flow. Weathering, breakdown of rocks due to the sun's heat, wind, rain, and temperature changes. Sandy soil, soil with large particles that drain water quickly. Clay soil, soil with tiny particles that hold water and nutrients well. Loamy soil, a mix of sand, clay, and organic matter. Fertile, nutrient-rich soil, ideal for plant growth. Let's recall: soil, composition of soil, different layers of soil, formation of soil, types of soil, importance of soil, minerals, organic matter, water, air, humus, clay, sand, gravel, weathering of rocks, role of wind and water, mixing with dead plants and animals. Sandy soil, clay soil, loamy soil, supports plant growth, habitat for animals, purifies water, provides minerals.